And the timeline, what became apparent out of the work group is the timeline is going to become your story blueprint. Because writing an email to go into Aweber or Infusionsoft or whatever, it feels a bit like building a house. Building a house is quite hard if you don't start with a plan. And the timeline is your blueprint or your plan for what you're going to do in the story. It provides structure and it provides parameters of what you write first and where you stop the story. So the process that we've been following, it's a bit like blowing up a balloon. So if you were to just, after this webinar, if you were to just open up Word, write a nurture email, put it into your email marketing system, doing all of that in one go is a bit like blowing up a balloon with one breath. Very, very hard. Some people can do it. You might be able to do it with a bit of practice, but it's far easier to do it in multiple smaller breaths. So really what we're doing with the timeline is we're starting with so the timeline is like the uninflated balloon that we're starting with. And then on each subsequent step, what we're doing is we're expanding it a little bit more. So the second step is what I call the shitty first draft. And the shitty first draft didn't actually exist before the work group. Because halfway through the work group, I basically said to my students, okay, go and write me an email. And they all got stuck. They all stalled. And I thought, oh dear, we need another step in here. And that weekend, I saw an infographic on Instagram of someone who had been to a Brené Brown seminar and created a drawing of Brené's talk. And something that Brené Brown does is she creates a shitty first draft of what she's doing, of her writing. I thought, yes, that's perfect. That is what we need. We need a shitty first draft. So the process with the shitty first draft is we take the timeline and each element on the timeline gets given one paragraph in the shitty first draft. So each of these paragraphs relates to something that exists on the timeline. I only describe what's happening in very simple sentences. So these are like bullet point type sentences. I'm not trying to do anything fancy. I'm just describing what's going on the timeline.